What is up, guys? It's Mega giving you another deck for Link Evolution. This is a one-off video, guys, where I am doing deck requests. I've still got some to make, but I saw this deck recently and oh my god, it was immense. I had to make it straight away and just do it. This is not my own work, by the way. This is a guy's called Yassine, or is it Yassine? His description is in down below. What a guy. He has broken Gladiator Beast in my general opinion. I saw the video, I checked it out and I was like, oh my god, this is insane. The board is so strong going first and going second. It's more of a going second deck, but it can still go first and put up negates. And I have changed one or two cards around because obviously stupid ban lists and all that crap around, but please check him out if you have time. This deck, I would say, is kind of my own opinion if you want to put cards such as this, but if you disagree with any of the cards that are added, please change some if you want, do whatever you want. If you're struggling to make this deck or any deck shown so far, check out the card hub. It will tell you how to make it will tell you where to find cards such as campaign, challenge mode, or card pack. That does include the new cards that got added via the update. Also, that's in the description down below, along with my Twitch, where I do try and stream other games and also Link Evolution when I have the time. And with that, guys, without any further ado, let's go into the video. Starting us off, guys, is 3 copies of Gladiator Beast. Is it Andal? Bit one, I am going to struggle with these Gladiator Beast names because they are really weird to pronounce. This is one of the best cards in the deck. I may be a vanilla card, but with the 3 copies of Rescue Rabbit, oh my god, you can literally get 2 monsters on the field straight away, and you can just go into your plays, your test. Is it Test Panther, and just go off from there? Or because this bad boy is a Gladiator Beast, searchable, he's got good attack. You see what I mean? He's just everything you want in a Gladiator Beast without being. It's shame he's an effect monster, or a vanilla monster. We are running 4 dangers, guys. 1 copy of Bigfoot, 1 Nessie, 1 Jackalope, and 1 the snake. All of the dangers have an effect where you reveal it. Your opponent chooses 1 card at random. If it's the danger, it goes to the graveyard, and then there are certain effects activate if they are discarded. Or if it's not the danger card, you get to special summon the danger, and then you get to draw 1 card. So if if this card is discarded, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls and destroy it, which is a nice one. With Nessie, should it be discarded, you can add a danger from your deck to your hand, so you can kind of try again. When Jackalope is discarded, you can special summon a danger monster from your deck. And sure, I'm going to say the snakes, I cannot pronounce this guy's name. If this card is discarded, you can basically just special summon it. So the dangers are just there to kind of get some Gladiator Beasts in the graveyard, because we are running like what? I think it's 7 Monster Reborns in the deck, so you can get your cards in your graveyard, and also it's good for a Gladiator Beast we'll get to later, and also it's a free monster on the board to go into higher Link plays and stuff like that. On to the Gladiators themselves, guys. We've got 3 copies of Gladiator Beast. Is it Atorix? This is actually a very nice one, guys. So all Gladiator Beasts have an effect where if they're special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast, certain abilities activate. Also, if they are and also the share an effect that at the end of the damage phase, if it attacked, you can shuffle it back into the deck and then special summon another Gladiator Beast, and that's where the effects kind of trigger. So Atorix, if this card is special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast, you can send another Gladiator Beast from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard, and then this card copies that card's name and level. So this guy is really great to go into Beast Tamer, along with another card we're about to get into, and another Gladiator Beast. 3 Gladiator Beasts, is it Augustus? This is one of the best ones in my opinion. It's a level 8, so it's able to go into Beast Tamer if you get another level, if you get like another 7 or 8 monster on the field. If this card is special summoned, you can special summon another Gladiator Beast from your hand in defense mode. And that also, guys, if you have an Augustus in your hand and you special summon an Augustus, you can obviously the Augustus effect on the field will activate, special summon the Augustus in your hand. Its effect will then trigger because it was special summoned by a Gladiator Beast, and you could special summon another one. So say if you've got 2 Augustus and 1 on the field, you could summon like 4 monsters if you have them all in your hand. You see what I mean? It just keeps going. 2 copies of Gladiator Beast. Is it Diaris or Diaris? When this card is special by the effect of Gladiator Beast, by a Gladiator Beast, you can special summon a Gladiator Beast in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated. Also, if this card leaves the field, you shuffle the monster you resurrected back into the deck. But you basically go into this to able to go into like bigger link plays, like going to Bowl Sword, Appaloosa, that kind of thing. And also because it's a level 4, if you resurrect another level 4, you can go into XE's plays such as like Exciton Knight or Tornado Dragon. One copy of Gladiator V's, is it Vesparius? Level 7, so you can use it to go into Beast Tamer. This is kind of a different one compared to the others. So at the start of the damage step, if your Gladiator Beast battled a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, which is very nice. And if this card is special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast or Gladiator Beast you control, gain 500 extra attack, which is pretty nice as well. You might be thinking, why am I not running Beastry or Bestiary or whatever it is, that like green like bird thing? And the reason why I'm not running that is because it's not really needed. Yes, its effect is nice to pop back row, but when you're running cards like Lightning Storm and Tornado Dragon, which is basically an Xyz's version of Bestiary, or you can still go into the fusion that requires it via Beast Tamer, and you can still use its effect. So I decided to take that out and put in a Lightning Vortex just to clear out back row and to clear out the monster field, depending what your opponent has, because again, this deck is more going second, but you can still go first. And then 3 copies of Rescue Rabbit. You basically special summon this, or you normal summon this bad boy, banish it, special summon 2 Gladiator Beasts, starts off your combo. It's a 1 monster combo. Like, based off the 2 Gladiator Beasts you're going to special summon, it is going to be normal monsters, so you special summon 2 copies of Andal. You can pretty much you could just send both of them to the graveyard to go to Test Panther, then go to Test Panther and like effects and do all that shenanigans. You can do all that, just all based off Rescue Rabbit, absolute mad, and it's just a great way to get monsters on the field. And then 3 copies of Test Tiger. This is not really a great one, but it has a couple of interesting uses. So if you control a Gladiator Beast monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Because it's not treated as a Gladiator Beast, you can't really you can't obviously go into the fusions and all that crap with it, but it's basically a free monster in your hand, and it's not once per turn. If you have 3 in your hand, you can special summon all 3. It's basically used if you want to basically link it away with a Gladiator Beast to go into Test Panthers. The main reason why you use this. I'm not going to go into its other effect because you really do not use it. You're mainly going to use it for like Link Power, Appaloosa, Bowl Sword, that kind of thing. Going on to the spells, guys. 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More. Now, this is more of a, again, going second build depending on what your opponent has. So, Dark Ruler No More negates the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls until the end phase. Also, for the rest of the turn, your opponent takes no damage, but when they've got a board, you can play this, shut down their monster effects, and you're going to break the board and like set up your board at the same time, and neither player can activate monster effects in response to this card's activation. So if your opponent's got like negates going off, like many monster negates or anything, they can't respond to Dark Ruler No More with their negates to negate this card. They can if they've got spell or traps, but they can't use monster effects. So again, when you're going up, say, against hero players on the Switch, guys, hero players are common as muck. They obviously all go into like the Malicious Bane, Sunrise, all these monsters. Like, when you're going up against like Malicious Bane that can't be destroyed by card effects and all that lot, Dark Ruler No More just shuts its effects down, and you're just able to just then walk over your opponent's cards, basically. Or walk over your opponent's board, really. That's the main reason of Dark Ruler No More. 3 copies of Gladiator Beast's Comeback. It's basically the monster reborn for Gladiator Beasts. You can even special summon a Gladiator Beast from your hand with this card, so it's very nice. The only drawback with Comeback is that you cannot special summon a Gladiator Beast that's the same type as the one you control. So, for instance, if you have, I don't know, Duelist is a Beast Wing, is a Beast Warrior, you cannot special summon another Beast Warrior like a Torix or Andal, because they're all Beast Warriors. You've got to special summon something else like Vesparius or Augustus, basically. But yeah, it's really useful because you can just basically link it away. Like, you can just link away Beast Tamer and just play this, bring back Beast Tamer, or you can do a lot of shenanigans with that. And also because it's got Gladiator Beast in its name, it's searchable with Test Panther. 3 copies of Gladiator Proving Ground. You can add 1 level 4 or lower Gladiator Beast from your deck to your hand. It's basically a searcher for Gladiator Beast. That's all I can say, guys. If you've got this in your hand, you're just going to play it, search out Gladiator Beast. If you have, obviously, it with a test Tiger, boom, special on both of them, or some about both of them, going to test Panther, boom, just do your plays from there. 1 copy of Gladiator Rejection. So your opponent cannot target Gladiator Beast monsters you control with card effects, except during the damage phase or battle phase, then they can. So that is where your monsters are a little bit vulnerable. But if a Gladiator Beast monster is special summoned from your main deck, you can special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck with a different type than one you control. So if you like play Test Panther's ability, shuffle a Gladiator Beast to special summon a Gladiator Beast, you can then play Rejection's ability to special summon another Gladiator Beast on your deck, basically. It's basically just there for a free summon. Continue your plays, and it is a continuous spell. 2 copies of a Lightning Storm. I decided to put in Lightning Storm, guys, again, to go in second deck. So again, if your opponent has a board, they've got all these monster negates, they've got a back row set, you can just play Lightning Storm to destroy the back row, and then Dark Ruler No More to basically shut down their monsters, turning them all into vanilla monsters. Then you just go mad from there. Again, this deck is more for, again, going up against like more combo heavy decks that rely on all of this, but you can still, obviously, against non-combo decks, just overpower them. And 1 copy of Monster Reborn. Combo extender, guys. Bring back a Gladiator Beast. Use it for link material. Use it to just, or if you're using Beast Tamer, you can just use a lot of shenanigans with Beast Tamer. I'll get to that in a minute. And you can just do a lot of stuff on there. 1 copy of Upstart Goblin. Make it a 39 card deck. Draw out them cards. It's all about drawing. You need to draw certain cards in order to make certain plays. That's what it's all about. Then 3 copies of World Legacy Suppression. Another Monster Reborn, guys. Basically, you can target 1 monster in your graveyard, special summon it to a zone a link monster points to. So if your opponent has a link monster on their field and one of their zones points to on your field, you can use their zones against your opponent. So that's a kind of a nice thing. Again, it's just there, guys, because you're going to go into Test Panther enough autumn straight away for your plays and search out a Gladiator card. And then you've got 2 link monsters straight away, or 2 link arrows. Legacy Suppression is automatically on board. You just go there for a combo extender. And then 1 copy of Red Reboot. It's limited to 1. When your opponent activates a trap card, negate the activation, and if you do, you reset that card, and then your opponent can set 1 other trap directly from their deck. You might think, why would you want to do that? The reason why is because after they set that trap, for the rest of this turn, they can no longer activate trap cards. So you shut your opponent from playing traps for a single turn because they activated the trap. It's really great. And you can activate this card from your hand by paying half your life points. So you can just keep this in your hand. Whenever your opponent activates a trap card, boom, pay half your life points, play this card. There you go, they're shut down from playing traps. Then you can just use your monsters to like destroy the traps if you want to, or if you're going to go for the OTK, you can go for the OTK knowing your opponent can no longer trap you. And also if you're going up against trap heavy decks, like altar guys and stuff like that, this is a fantastic trap. And then going on to the extra deck, guys, we are running a few Gladiator Beast cards. We're running 1 Gladiator Beast, Dormoritanus. This is literally one of the best ones in the deck. It's basically like a it has a monster negate. So once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can negate, and if you do, destroy the card. Also, it's basically a Titanic Galaxy. So Titanic Galaxy has an effect where if your opponent attacks, you decide who it's going to attack. This card has the same. You choose the attack targets for your opponent's attack. So you could pretty much make it, if you've got Test Panther on the field who's got 800 attack, you can force your opponent to attack into this. So they have to really be careful about what they're attacking into. They're really great. And also all of them have the effects where if they battled, yes, you can shuffle them back into the extra deck to special summon a Gladiator Beast. They all have that effect. Gladiator Beast Gaizaris. This card, when it's special summoned, you can target up to 2 cards on the field, destroy those cards. And it's when this card is special summoned. Doesn't say when this card is fusion summoned. Please bear that in mind. So you can use it, you can resurrect it. I believe you can resurrect it and use its effect again. Don't hold me on that because I've never done it because I've never had the opportunity, but I believe you can. And then Gladiator Beast Hecalinus. this card is basically a spell and trap negate. So you've got the other one, which is the monster. This is a spell and trap. So quick effect, you can discard one card, negate the activation of a spell or trap, and if you do, destroy it. And that isn't a once per turn. If you've got cards in your hand to spare, you can keep discarding and negating your opponent's spell and traps. So you've got, in just Gladiator Beast Tamer, which we're going to get to in a second now, Gladiator Beast, or Tamer Editor, it's not Beast Tamer, sorry. I've been calling it Beast Tamer this entire time, it's Tamer Editor. Oh my god, I feel like a moron now. So you need 2 level 5 or higher Gladiator Beast special in this card. That's why you have like a lot of like Augustus and cards to manipulate their levels. This card is basically, you can special summon 1 Gladiator Beast fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, and special summon it basically. So just with 1 Tamer Editor, you can go into a spell and trap negate, you can go into pop 2 cards your opponent controls, or you can go into a monster negate. And that's a free summon. And please bear in mind, if you do use Tamer Editor, then like Tamer Editor's effect, because its effect is once per turn, it's not you can only activate this card once per turn. If you linked summon this card away with like your Test Panther and something else you've got, or just those or like just those 2, you can then go into like another, like a link play if you want, or if you have another monster, you can go into Appaloosa. You can basically just play like a Monster Reborn or World Legacy Suppression or something like that. Or if you have the opportunity, your Gladiator Beast comeback, you can bring back Tamer Editor, activate its effect again for another fusion summon. You can, as long as this card like comes back to the field, it's treated as a new monster. You can activate its effect again and again and again. You see what I mean? You could summon all 3 of these if you really want, if you have the cards in your hand. It's really incredible if you have it. Tamer Editor is so broken. Now going on to the Xyz, guys, we are running 1 copy of Evil Swarm Exton Knight. This is there just basically nuke your opponent's field if you need to. It's kind of like you only go into this for emergencies. Once per chain during your opponent's main or during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase, if a chain activates, you can basically detach one Xyz from this card to destroy all other cards on the field. So basically, you just use it, like I say, to nuke your opponent's field to kind of like protect yourself, really, or stuff like that. It's kind of what it's like. This is like a last resort, but it is nice to play. You can take it out to put a Beast Dweller if you really want to. And then 1 copy of Tornado Dragon is basically, guys, a spell like a Mystical Space Typhoon in monster form. You once per turn, quick effects. You can attach 1 Xyz material from this card, target 1 spell trap on the field, destroy it. Literally, it is literally a monster form MST with 2100 attack, which is pretty nice. Going on to the links, guys, we are running 1 copy of Appaloosa. This is basically a monster effect. So Appaloosa will gain 800 attack for each of its materials used. And once per chain, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can make Appaloosa lose 800 attack and then negate that monster effect. So if you used 3 monsters to summon Appaloosa, it will gain 2400 attack points, which means Appaloosa will have 3 monster negates on it. And that's a once per chain. It's not a once per turn. Once per chain. You could use all 3 of them if you want. So between Appaloosa, that can negate monster effects, you have Hecalinus, that can also negate spell and traps, and you have Dotinanus, I believe if I'm saying that card's name, to negate another monster effect. So you see how many monster effects and spell negates you have, guys, from this deck. It's insane. I decided to add in Bulbasaur Dragon because in the guy's deck that I mentioned earlier, he had a couple of OCG cards in the extra deck. Obviously, we don't have any stuff like that, so I decided to add in Bulbasaur. It's actually a very nice addition because it means you have a lot of opportunities to go into OTK. So instead of going into Appaloosa for monster negates, you can just go into Bulbasaur for OTK plays. So when your opponent, this card cannot be destroyed in battle. Quick effect, you can attack 1 attack mode monster you have on the 1 attack mode monster on the field. Swap it to defense mode, and if you do, Bulbasaur can attack twice. If you so you can even activate this during your opponent's turn as well. Quick effect, and also if this card attacked an opponent's monster, that monster loses half its attack, and Bulbasaur gains half its attack. Very nice. 1 copy of Gladiator Beast Dragosis. I believe that's how I say it. You need 2 Gladiator Beast monsters special from this card. Gladiator Beast, Gladiator Beast monsters, you can. If a Gladiator Beast monster, you control attacks, it can't be destroyed in battle. Also, your opponent can activate cards or effects to the end of the damage step, which is very nice. Shuts down your opponent's monsters when you're trying to attack. And at the end of the damage step, if this card battled, you can return, you can return its special 2 Gladiator Beast monsters from the dead, basically. But it's kind of great because, I say, it shuts. If you've got all your Gladiator Beasts, like your fusions, you don't have to play the effects when you go into the battle because of this, because this shuts down your opponent from doing those. So it's really nice. Then going on some other cards, we've got Nightmare Phoenix, guys. If this card is link summoned, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 spell or trap your opponent controls, destroy it. And if this card was co-linked when you activate its effect, you get to draw an additional card, which is pretty nice. It's just there again for back row removal. Again, with all our other cards, it's just nice for another back row removal. You never know. 1 copy of Link Spider. You need 1 normal monster. Our Gladiator Beast monster provides that, and once per turn, you can special another Gladiator Beast monster from your hand. So, if you've literally just got 2 of them in your hand and you can't special summon, you think, oh my god, this hand's a brick. No, it's not. Normal summon your monster. Because it's a vanilla monster, go into Link Spider. Link Spider will let you special summon another one. Then you can link summon both of them away and go into Test Panther. Pretty nice, guys. And then you could just do your plays like you would like normal. Link Spider just provides that extra support if you need it. And then 1 copy of Salamander Grey Armorage. This is there again to protect your monsters. So you have a lot of monsters that when they are normal summoned, they have 1,000 less attack points, such as your Test Tiger if you want to normal summon it, your Rescue Rabbit if you don't play it to fair, your Dangers if you don't play it to fair, your Gladiator Beast, Atorix that fulfills the condition as well, and you can just go into Armorage and just go off from there. So it's a quick effect is you contribute this card to target 1 monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects this turn. So it's really great to just protect your Gladiator Beast, especially if it's like, for instance, Tamer Editor, where you do not want it to be destroyed, so you can just resurrect or special another Gladiator Beast next turn. And then 2 copies of Test Panther. What a card, guys. 2 monsters, including a Gladiator Beast. If this card is link summoned, you get to add any Gladiator Beast card from your deck to your hand. So the spell cards basically you can add Gladiator Beast Comeback. You can't add Gladiator's Proving Ground or Gladiator Rejection because they don't have Gladiator Beast. If they had the Beast in their name, you would be able to, but unfortunately they don't. You can target one Gladiator Beast monster you have, special summon it into the deck, and if you do, special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck, and it's treated like a special summon from a Gladiator Beast monster's effect. So, if you have Test Panther, you shuffle out any one of your monsters that you've got on your field, then you can just go into, like, say, Augustus. Augustus effect will activate, special summon a Gladiator Beast from your hand. You can go from there, go into Tamer Editor if you have the correct cards. You can just expand your plays all from there because of Test Panther. Really great card. And that's it for the deck, guys. Again, I will get back to deck requests. I just made this deck because it was so fun. I was like, oh my god, this is one of my most favourite decks I've ever played in this game. It is so fun to play. I absolutely adore them. And I've always loved Gladiator Beasts, and this has just made me love them even more. If again, guys, check out, I think his name, Yosin. Check out his YouTube, guys, in the description down below. What a guy for making this deck. We have only changed a few cards around, but it's still his deck core. So give him some love if you have the time. And with that, guys, I hope you enjoy the replays. Wherever you are in the world, stay healthy, stay safe. I will see you in another video. Take care.